How's it going, folks? Mark and Ricky from Like Minded Lunatics. Yeah, that's right. Yeah. We're doing a Metallica thing today. And I am so excited about it. So this is Metallica's new song, If Darkness Had a Sun. It's coming off their 72 Seasons album, and it just came out this Wednesday.
Awesome.
And you've heard the entire song.
Yes, the story is Mark had messaged me saying, oh my gosh, there's a new Metallica song. And I was driving home and I listened to it. And then I messaged back, what did I say? Is there any time these guys do not kick ass?
That's right. That's what it was.
It's amazing. But I haven't seen the video. You haven't really heard the song.
I think I told you maybe a minute and a half. So
true reaction.
That's right, it really is. And we're both huge Metallica fans. In fact, we have an entire playlist dedicated to Metallica material here. And just so you know, Hetfield stops by and he does help us with the reaction. Isn't that right, Het? Yeah, see, so he comes by every once in a while. So
Thank you, sir.
That's right, you got to watch out for Hetfield. But we've got, it's tradition to do beers with our Friday night reaction video. And Ricky, I bought special ones. I bought Slipping Into Darkness. Yeah. So I thought that was thematic.
Very much so.
To this. So folks, you don't have to have an alcoholic beverage, but get something in your system so we can cheers to the end of the week.
Yeah.
And the beginning of Metallica video. Cheers, folks.
To Cliff.
Mm-hmm. That's right.
Lovely. It's good.
That is dark, isn't it? Okay, here we go. If Darkness Had a Sun, I'm super pumped. It better be good, damn it. Ricky said it was good, so.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Some funky smoke.
Yeah.
Is this called a triptych?
It is a triptych. I was about to say, I'm loving the triptych.
Yeah, there you go.
One of the things that I've always kind of really loved about some of Metallica's songs is that it almost feels like a mixture of blues and metal. So that feels bluesy to me, and then we get the other that feels metal to me.
That feels metal to you?
Is that wrong?
No, you can feel whatever you want. I think, should we do some music stuff here?
I wish that we would.
It's basically E, because it is E.
Doing the chugging part.
So it's tonicizing E, and that's a good example of the rhythm's so important, like that just sticks in your head.
Right.
But that lick is like, there's an F natural in there, which is the flat 2 in E.
Uh-oh.
So that's what we call like a Phrygian mode.
Okay.
So it gives it kind of an exotic feeling.
I dated a girl who had one of those modes.
Well, there you go.
Sorry. That's a terrible joke.
Like, whoa.
But so if I remember right, so watching them play this, I did see they put out like a TikTok thing, if I remember right, like 30 seconds of this riff. And if I remember right, Kirk is playing that chugging part with an open E.
Yeah.
And then James is playing at the octave down at the 12th.
Yeah.
So they're doing like an octave thing.
Yeah.
And that would just create that fuller sound.
It fills it up, yeah.
And then that is hitting the F, is that what it is?
It's like an E F natural, which is a flat 2 in E.
Okay, gotcha.
There you go, flat 2.
Flat 2. So the songs we've heard thus far off this album, they really do seem to be kind of a mixture to me of like pre-black, post-black Metallica.
Oh, yeah.
You know
yeah.
what? Like it feels like thrashy, but then it also feels a lot more polished.
Yeah.
I don't know if that, I mean, obviously that was a conscious decision on their part. I really like it though.
Oh, yeah. It's great.
One of the things that always strikes me too is it's just like how a really catchy riff can just be kind of simplistic at heart. So that chugging thing's just an open E.
Yeah.
It's just da-da-da, 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 chug, 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 chug. But combined with like the drums and everything, boy, it just creates this musical motif that just makes you want to do this.
Drives.
Yeah.
Now, being the English nerd, we're looking at the lyrics. Kind of talk about the lyrics.
I
I'm
wish
looking
you would, yeah.
If darkness had a sun, here I am. I bathe in holy water. Temptation, leave me be. The song's a lot deeper than I thought, maybe.
Yeah, and I think that ties back into the meaning behind the 72 Meanings name.
Oh, okay.
So the 72 Seasons, Hetfield has said he was reading some self-help books, and one of them said that 72 seasons is the number of seasons you go through before your 18th birthday. And so 72 seasons represents the time period that it takes you to get to adulthood.
Ah.
And so I think if we read those lyrics with that in mind, the beast still shouts for what it's yearning. He stokes the fire, desire burning, the never-ending quenchless craving, the unforgiving misbehaving. This does feel like someone progressing into not necessarily adulthood, but maturity.
Yeah.
I don't want to say adulthood because some people don't ever hit that.
Right,
But
right.
into maturity. And then the second verse, if darkness had a sun, here I am. It's kind of that wherever I may roam type feeling.
That's it.
Temptation is his father. If darkness had a sun, here I am. I bathe in holy water. Temptation, leave me be. I feel like this is a theme throughout all of Hetfield's lyrics in that I've been taught that there's temptation. I've been taught that there's evil, and I'm trying to be better. Try to be a better human being.
Yeah.
I do feel like that there's a lot of 12 steps in his lyrics.
Yeah. Yeah.
A lot of like that philosophy behind the 12-step program. And I've always said this too. People will get pissed off about it, but I always felt like the difference between Hetfield and Mustaine was that in Hetfield's lyrics, the beast was always something mental that he was struggling against. With Mustaine, it's a real fucking beast. He believes in the devil. Whereas I don't think that Hetfield would say it like that. He'd be like, we all have our own path, that type of thing.
Yeah.
Whereas Mustaine would be like, there's an actual demon. And
Yeah.
Hetfield's like, no, that's alcoholism.
Yeah.
That's drug addiction.
Or the last song, the suicide.
Yes.
It's even that.
Intrusive thoughts.
Yeah.
It's the darkness.
All of those things.
It's the darkness in our own mental brain.
Man, he's a genius.
I think so. I really do feel
True artist.
I feel like he's gotten better as he's gotten
Oh,
older.
yeah.
Yeah, that's right, Het. And this is just 4/4, isn't it?
Yeah, it sounds like it.
So they're not doing any of the weird.
I don't think so.
They're just straightforward with this one.
I think so.
Yeah,
Too busy jamming.
that's true. It does sound chromatic. That first riff is not wholly chromatic, but it kind of is, right? That
There's some-
down.
That's that flat two stuff.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
closet. Did you see his Explorer? It's like snakeskin or something. I had boots like that when I was in high school.
Oh my God, that's beautiful.
It's awesome. It's awesome.
Oh my God, that is gorgeous.
And it's almost an Explorer's the body style that James likes to play, but there's a couple of little funky things on there.
I wonder if that's
cool looking.
I mean, obviously, like with the Black Album, they had that snake embossed on there.
Oh, yeah.
I wonder if that's kind of a throwback to that.
Maybe.
And the things that will bite. Yeah.
Badass looking.
Oh my goodness. Maybe his guitar is the thing that will bite.
Maybe.
Dragon's Fire. You know what pisses me off, Rick? There are a lot of things, but there's something specific. All right, right there. So I'm going to back it right there. James up picks, damn it. Look, that's fucking proof right there. All the people that are like, all he does is down pick. James always down picks.
No, no, he knows his stuff.
It's completely untrue. I mean, we have video evidence in the video itself, up pick. And I like how he explodes the up pick, where he's like, ooh, like he's almost drawing an arrow. He's like, yeah, and he pulls it. Oh boy. Oh, we changed time.
Well, it's like 1, 2, 3, 4, and this 2, 2, 3, 4.
Gotcha. So they're still using 4/4, but he's just coming in different. Yeah. And I haven't even commented on the video. It's so gorgeous.
And
with the triptych stuff and then the backlighting.
Yeah, and it's not a very complicated video. It's just lighting and some effects. It's really, really cool.
Yeah, I feel like for them to film this was probably pretty easy.
Yeah.
They just show up and mime playing it.
Yeah.
And the complicated part is setting the lights and the
figuring
cameras and all
works.
that shit up.
Yeah, what works for it. And now that we've stopped here, I'm thinking of it. I got to comment. I love Kirk Hammett. He's such an amazing. I love his solos.
They're so good.
He's such a cool guy. He's so humble. His solos are badass.
How would you describe his solos then?
I mean, they're like. Are you ready? I feel like it's a bunch of kind of haphazard licks, but they blend really well together.
Okay.
So it's just really, and there's some blues in there, and then some, like a lot of kind of obscure avant-garde stuff. I think he studied guitar with Joe Satriani.
Okay.
Who, is kind of like prog, jazz, rockish,
kind
fusionish.
Kind of that
Yngwie? No, or like Steve Vai, I think, studied with Satriani,
okay.
too. That kind of stuff. So it's a mix of that, and then also kind of blues, thrash. I love his solos. They're so badass.
I think that's one of the things that I've always liked about Metallica versus some other so-called thrash bands or heavy metal bands is that some of the other ones feel like it exhausts me.
Oh, yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Not in a bad way, but it's like I can only listen to so much of it. Right. Yeah, exactly that. But with this, they've got that chugging beat, and I can do this. It doesn't exhaust me.
Yeah.
I can hang, and then we get to the solo stuff. It's like, yeah, and then we're back to. I think they do a great job of like breaking stuff.
Yeah. Playing somewhat conservative.
Yeah.
But being badass.
Yes. Yeah. My karate instructor would call it economy of motion.
There you go.
You're only like flexed when you need to be, and I feel like that's what they do.
That's it.
Do you wonder if that proclivity to like that is because we're old?
I think so.
Because I do think that the other bands now that are so-called thrash or heavy metal, they don't do any of that shit. It's just like 11 all the way.
Yeah.
Just pedal to the metal, and it's exhausting to me.
I've gotten now to where like when I drive, people pass me, I'm like, I don't have to get there 5 minutes faster than you.
Yeah.
I'll slow down. And
me too. I'm like, look at this clown. Where are you going?
Yeah. It's like, man, I got
You gonna get to work early? Good for you.
Yeah.
Stupid. I'm gonna sit here and enjoy my podcast.
I've seen it all, man.
Yeah, I'm gonna sit here with this.
Yeah, yeah.
I feel like the 3 tracks we've heard thus far on this album, 72 Seasons, they are more socially conscious than I think a lot of the songs that I've heard from them thus far. Mm-hmm. They're about how society is kind of not taking care of itself, how we're not taking care of each other. It just feels, I don't know that it's a departure, a maturing, I guess, maybe is the best way to put it.
Yeah.
But it definitely doesn't feel like some of their older stuff.
I mean, they're not at the age anymore where it's like, fuck the world. Now it's like we got kids and stuff, and maybe we can...
That's a great point. I saw an interview with James where the interviewer asked him, like, what you've achieved so much, like, what do you hope to continue to achieve? He's like, I want to be the grandpa that the grandkids crawl on.
Yeah, see?
I want to be Papa Hat that grandkids look for.
Now, 20-year-old James wouldn't have said that.
No, he'd have been like, ooh, like, no. But now he's like, yeah. I'm going to go ahead and say I'm also noticing that the backlight, it kind of smooths out the wrinkles and stuff. I'm wondering if we should be using backlights at this point, Rick.
Hey, man, it's your studio.
I think maybe we should. This front light stuff really highlights that we're getting older. Really highlights the old grayness, you know? Oh, I know. I like the change up they did on that. So it's usually and then they Oh my goodness, we got to go back and hear that, Ricky. Some interesting guitar sounds there at the end. Almost like flanger at the end.
Bass was maybe doing something funky too.
Did they have the bass up?
Maybe.
That's amazing.
It was really cool.
For a Metallica song to actually have the bass audible. Man, well, this is a great tune.
It was awesome. Yeah, they are badass. And I was just thinking this. You're talking about the wrinkles, but oh well. I mean, I'm very happily married. I love my wife more than anything, but 20-year-old James, was kind of like, man, this is kind of an ugly-looking punk. I feel like he's a nice-looking older gentleman now.
He has aged into being
very gracefully.
A handsome.
He is very handsome.
Stately.
Yes.
Is he not?
That's it. He's very stately.
Whereas Lars is just sad. It's like he's shrinking. He's shrinking into a dwarf person.
He had to go there.
And he's wearing his little bowler hat and he's constantly chewing on a toothpick?
Yeah.
Doesn't he know that only the bad guy chews the toothpicks? Yeah. You'd think he wouldn't lean into that. But nope, he's chewing a toothpick as if he's going to call for you to have concrete shoes and tossed into the river.
Or turn your bass down.
Turn your bass down. Yeah, so I can turn this goddamn snare all the way up. Calm down, Lars.
Oh.
Well, folks, hopefully you enjoyed this one. Metallica is one of our favorite bands. And Todd Wright and I, the co-founder of Like Minded Lunatics, we're going to be at the Metallica 2-night concert in Arlington. And Todd has already, he's not said, but I'll say it for him. If you find one of us, Todd will buy you beverages.
Beers.
What kind of deal is that, Ricky?
That's an amazing deal.
That's an insane deal. So if you find us at the 2-night concert in Arlington, find me or Todd Wright, free beers all night long. Compliments of Mr. Todd Wright.
There you go.
Gracious. Gracious. All right, folks, make sure you check out some of our other content. Take care of yourselves, and Ricky and I will see you soon.